to be interviewing you because I love people who are always looking at the glass half full instead of half empty.
Well, you know, opportunities to speak and to kind of use the platform that I've been given to encourage other young adults and you know, young athletes. You know, it's really growing. I'm getting a lot more attention and things are really opening up. So I try to take opportunities like this and other opportunities just to, you know, just kind of share, you know, the mistakes that I've made up until this point and even the successes that I've had in hopes that, you know, it'll bless someone, it'll help someone, you know, in some particular area. So I just kind of want to just share myself, share my story, and then, you know, it's worked so far. You know, if there's one person out of the crowd that can take something from what I'm saying, I'm happy about that.
Please welcome Olympic gold medalist, currently 19-0, Mr. Andre Ward. Andre! Please have a seat.
You guys seem pretty fired up out there, man.
They are fired up, aren't they?
Good.
So, you know, growing up, you excelled in many sports. Why did you pick boxing?
Well, you know, it's very interesting. Like most young kids, I wanted to be just like my dad. So I tried out baseball, I tried out football and different things like that. But my dad kept telling me all these stories about when he boxed. So I'm listening and I'm thinking, wow, I want to do what my dad did, you know. And he was an undefeated fighter. He was 15-0 as a heavyweight. So we just kept talking and we made a decision that, hey, we're going to go down to the local gym, which was in Hayward, California at the time. And I've never looked back since. I started at 9 and I'm 25 now, and I've been doing this since then. So it's been going on for a long time.
Unbelievable. So your father served as a big inspiration. Tell us why and how.
Well, my dad raised me and my brother, you know, as a single parent, and you know, that's very hard to do with one child, much less two children, and then two boys at that. So I just had a lot of respect for my father. He was a hard-working man. Some of the things that I stand for today is because he, you know, he instilled those things in me as a young man. So just watching him be a great example was really one of the main reasons why I looked up to my father.
Absolutely.
Well, what's your kind of typical routine?
It varies. I think a lot of times people think that athletes just train 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah. But when I have a fight coming up, 4 or 5 weeks out, we really pick it up, and I'm pretty much doing 2 workouts per day. I'll get up in the morning and I'll do my cardio. I'll do a run in the hills, some kind of hill run for 3 or 4 miles, or I'll do a sprint day at the track, or I'll do a distance day where I can run flat, but I can run 5 or 6 miles. And then in the afternoon, I'll come home, take a nap, get something to eat, relax a little bit, and then I'll head off to the gym about 12:30, 1 o'clock. And it's really a monotonous process. It happens every day for for 4 or 5 weeks until the fight comes. So when fight week is approaching, I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
What kind of stuff are you eating when you have a bite to eat? Ice cream or, you know?
I'm really good, and I go really hard when I need to in terms of staying focused, not eating anything I shouldn't. But when it's over, I mean, you guys can ask my wife. I have several moments when I just go all out and, you know, eat everything that I couldn't eat when I was training. So that's the way I do it. And then, you know, I get back on track. But I actually like the way I feel when I'm eating right, so I can tell the difference. It's a big difference when you eat whatever you want versus, eating, food that's good for you. So I really like to eat the good foods, but, you gotta have treats. You guys gotta have treats.
Andre, I want to talk about your gold medal experience. When you stepped onto the podium, what was that feeling like? And did you cry?
You know what? I think I was so stunned that I couldn't even cry. I didn't have any tears to cry. And what I mean is it was just so unbelievable that this was happening. I trained for it for 10 years, and for it to actually be taking place and for me to be the #1 guy in my weight class was just unbelievable. And I kind of joke with my wife when we watched the ceremony and the medal ceremony. Even today, I say, wow, babe, I was just like emotionless. I didn't, I couldn't really show any emotion. And it's still surreal today. It still doesn't feel like it's real. I look at the gold medal, I say, wow, this has put me in the history books forever. No one can take that from me.
That's amazing.
So even the things that I may accomplish as a professional boxer, I don't think it will ever touch what I did in the amateur. That's just unbelievable to me.
What advice would you have for kids that are just starting to set goals and feel their way through sports? Because I know you have kids and they're all into stuff. What would you say if you could give a big statement?
You know what? It's so much, you know, that I would like to say, but if I had to choose two things that I'd like to kind of tell to this audience and the audience listening is, you know, number one, just be yourself. You know, who you are is enough. And, you know, we live in a generation and age where, you know, kids want to try to be the most popular, or, you know, maybe they're a great reader, but they see an athlete and they want to be the athlete instead of just being the great reader. So just whatever, you know, gifts God has given you, just let those gifts flow and be yourself and never be afraid to be different. And, you know, from there, number two is whatever you do, just maximize your potential. Give it everything you got, and then whatever happens, happens. So those would probably be two key things that I would want to encourage kids to do is don't be afraid to be different and be yourself. And number two, whatever your gift is, just max it out. Just give it all you got and just see how far you go.
Okay. Who's your favorite cartoon character?
SpongeBob.
If you weren't a boxer, what would you be?
I would probably be a football player.
What movie star do people say you resemble?
I don't know about a movie star, but sometimes people say I look like T.I. the rapper.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
I would want to change the world. I would want to make sure that everybody's fed, everybody's clothed, no suffering, no pain. If I had a choice, I would want everybody to be just perfect.